King Goodwill Zwelithini, legacy of the Zulu monarch who preserved culture and inspired a nation. King Goodwill Zwelithini kaBhekuzulu was a highly influential figure in South Africa, blending the responsibilities of a traditional monarch with the demands of modern governance. Here's a detailed look at his life, reign, and legacy. Early life and ascension to the throne. King Goodwill Zwelithini was born on July 14, 1948, in Nongoma, a town in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. He was the eldest son of King Cyprian kaBhekuzulu Solomon and Queen Tomo. As a young royal, he was educated at the Bikimela Primary School and Nongoma Secondary School. He went on to study privately to prepare for his future leadership role. In 1968, after his father's death, 20-year-old Goodwill Zwelithini became king. However, due to political instability and safety concerns, he went into exile for several years. He was officially crowned in a ceremony in 1971, marking the beginning of his official reign, which spanned over 5 decades, making him the longest-serving Zulu monarch. Role and responsibilities. Though the South African constitution limits the political powers of traditional leaders, King Zwelithini remained influential, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, where he was regarded as the cultural and spiritual leader of millions of Zulu people. His position involved preserving and promoting Zulu customs, traditions, and identity. Over the years, he became a symbol of continuity and heritage for the Zulu, representing a link between South Africa's past and its present. Cultural contributions. King Zwelithini was instrumental in reviving and promoting several traditional ceremonies that had been threatened by colonialism and apartheid. Among the most notable: 1. Umkhosi Womlenga, Reed Dance. This annual event celebrates purity and promotes values of chastity among young Zulu women. Thousands of maidens gather for the ceremony, dressed in traditional attire, to present reeds to the king, symbolizing their commitment to preserving Zulu cultural values. 2. Umkhosi Womlenga, First Fruits Festival. This ritual, traditionally held in December, is a celebration of the Zulu people's agricultural heritage, marking the beginning of the harvest season. During the festival, Zulu men gather to honor their ancestors and offer thanks for the season's crops. These ceremonies, along with other cultural observances, solidified his role as a custodian of Zulu heritage and strengthened a sense of identity among the Zulu people. Social and political impact. King Goodwill Zwelithini kaBhekuzulu achieved several significant milestones during his reign, primarily centered on cultural revival, social advocacy, and community development. Here are some of his greatest achievements. 1. Revitalization of Zulu cultural practices. Reed Dance. Umkhosi Womlenga, one of his most celebrated achievements, was reviving the traditional Reed Dance. Held annually, this ceremony brought thousands of young women together to promote purity, self-respect, and unity within the Zulu culture. It became a powerful cultural symbol, showcasing Zulu heritage to a global audience and strengthening cultural pride among Zulu youth. First Fruits Festival. Umkhosi Womlenga, King Zwelithini reintroduced this agricultural festival, an ancient custom celebrating the harvest season and paying respect to the ancestors. It promoted cultural continuity and unity within the Zulu community, reinforcing agricultural heritage and appreciation for the land. 2. Advocacy in the fight against HIV/AIDS. Under his leadership, the Zulu Kingdom actively promoted HIV/AIDS awareness and education in KwaZulu-Natal, which was heavily affected by the epidemic. King Zwelithini encouraged traditional values and addressed stigmatization, working alongside government programs to promote health awareness and prevention measures. He partnered with health organizations to integrate Zulu customs with modern health practices, advocating for accessible healthcare and promoting safe practices in his speeches. 3. Promotion of social and economic development. Ingonyama Trust. King Zwelithini was the sole trustee of the Ingonyama Trust, which oversees around 3 million hectares of communal land in KwaZulu-Natal. Through the trust, he sought to protect Zulu land rights, preserve local heritage, and support sustainable land management practices. Though controversial, the trust provided a model for communal land ownership that aimed to preserve traditional land tenure. Support for local agriculture and small businesses. He promoted agricultural projects and economic self-sufficiency by encouraging rural communities to farm their lands. This not only preserved traditional skills, but also provided a livelihood for Zulu people. Additionally, he encouraged the growth of small businesses, which led to increased economic stability and employment opportunities. 4. Strengthening of Zulu identity and global awareness. King Zwelithini's reign elevated Zulu culture to a global platform. His active promotion of Zulu customs and traditional dress, language, and ceremonies allowed the Zulu kingdom to gain international recognition. Through various events and festivals, he attracted tourism to KwaZulu-Natal, creating a bridge between the Zulu nation and the rest of the world. His efforts in preserving Zulu traditions in a modern era provided a lasting legacy, reinforcing the strength and resilience of the Zulu identity. 5. Influence on national and political issues. Although he held a ceremonial role, King Zwelithini was an influential voice on national matters. He often spoke out about social issues, including poverty, crime, and the preservation of traditional values. While some of his statements were controversial, they amplified the voices of rural and marginalized communities. His leadership allowed him to act as a mediator between the Zulu people and the government, often providing guidance on how modern policies might affect traditional practices. He was known for calling for unity and stability within his community, especially during challenging times in South Africa's political history. 6. Legacy of leadership and influence. King Zwelithini's leadership was marked by a blend of tradition and adaptability. His reign exemplified a model of cultural stewardship, merging the preservation of Zulu traditions with the realities of modern South Africa. His life and achievements inspired respect for traditional African leadership within a constitutional democracy. His legacy lives on through his successor, King Goodwill Zwelithini, and the cultural foundations he set. By preserving Zulu customs and fostering cultural pride, he paved the way for future Zulu leaders to continue promoting and protecting their heritage. Through his achievements, King Zwelithini kaBhekuzulu left an indelible impact on South Africa, safeguarding Zulu identity while advocating for social issues and economic growth. His reign remains a testament to the enduring power of cultural preservation and leadership amidst modern societal changes. Challenges and criticisms. King Zwelithini's leadership was sometimes divisive. His involvement with the Inganyama Trust and comments on certain social issues occasionally drew criticism from politicians, activists, and scholars. Some felt his comments and actions on topics such as land management and economic policies leaned towards a conservative approach, which wasn't always aligned with the rapidly changing social and political landscape of South Africa. In 2015, his comments about foreign nationals stirred controversy, with accusations of inciting xenophobic violence. He later clarified and denounced xenophobia, stating his words had been misinterpreted. Legacy and passing. King Zwelithini passed away on March 12, 2021, due to COVID-19 complications. His death marked the end of an era for the Zulu kingdom, prompting a period of national mourning. Tributes poured in from across the nation, highlighting his enduring role in the preservation of Zulu heritage and identity. He was succeeded by King Goodwill Zwelithini, his son, after a series of internal family disputes and legal challenges over the rightful heir. Goodwill's rise to the throne highlighted the complexities of royal succession within the Zulu kingdom but continued the legacy of his father's cultural stewardship, impact, and remembrance. King Goodwill Zwelithini's contributions to South Africa's cultural landscape remain significant. He was a figure of resilience and continuity for the Zulu nation, embodying the balance between honoring tradition and navigating modernity. His influence stretched beyond the Zulu kingdom, earning respect across South Africa as a symbol of cultural preservation amid rapid societal change. Through his dedication to cultural revival, social causes, and community development, King Zwelithini left an indelible mark on the history of the Zulu nation and South Africa as a whole.